Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ here. We are in Silver Springs, Maryland at St. Stephen Lutheran Church, where they reached out, and this was an install I was supposed to do, but they were booking this the exact same time flights were being paid for to go to Hartford for last week, so we pushed it back a week. But we're here now, and what we're going to do is they have actually purchased some equipment that we recommended, a couple of cameras, PTZs. They were using some Mevos for a minute, and they wanted to move to this. So this is what we're going to help them install, and the pastor is actually bringing out some of the equipment. And thankfully, I did not unload the car from when we were down at Cypress. So they had over 3 cameras. I believe they're going to go with 3 again. So the intention most likely is to put a PTZ right here, which I do have my ladder in the car, and maybe one on the side. We just got to find the mixer is right there. So just going to see what other equipment is in place so that we can put everything there, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, so looking at the equipment that was brought out, they're actually going with a GoStream, so that's cool. That'll be the first install I do with that. Now, granted, they purchased all the equipment that they wanted, but they went with the cameras and some of the other stuff that I suggested. So we got 3 PTZs. Those are AV cans. Those are the E20s, NDI focused, but we are going to connect them. It looks like they have fiber optic HDMIs. That's not a brand that I typically use, but I mean, as long as they send a signal, that's all that matters. I did bring my extra box of Cat 6, but they have cables for that. Now, one thing the pastor was just telling me is they don't have a direct line in the internet here. So we may, on the other side of this is a closet, and the old sanctuary was on the other side of the building, possibly running a cable through the false ceiling down to this closet, and then running a line through here. Thankfully, I still got my hammer drill from when we were up in Annapolis, Maryland. So maybe punch a pilot hole through here just to make sure we're aligned and go from there. They weren't planning for me to do that, nor was I tasked with doing that, but they mentioned it. We can possibly do that as long as it doesn't eat up time, and I'm being mindful of the weather. So I want to get on the road before they claim that it's going to be really bad. So they got these 3 cameras. They have a portable monitor, because I think everything needs to be folded up under the sound over there. So I'm just going to temporarily hook all this stuff up, make sure we get a signal with everything, and then set up the cameras. And something told me to bring my laptop, but they brought theirs, so we can get started with that. And we're just going to set up all this other stuff. And again, I am early. Everybody wasn't projected to be here till 10. I actually got here at like 8 o'clock, and then I went to Chick-fil-A and drove around for a little bit. And thankfully, the pastor did show up here early, and we can get started and go from there. So this is their sound. So this is going to be integrated in here in a direction. But anyway, let's go ahead and get what we can set up, and we will go from there. Alrighty, we got everything set up on the floor, all 3 cameras. I was telling them need to get a different PoE switch, because once we connect the joystick, it's not going to be enough ports for their video switcher. So they're going to order another one, and I'll tell them what one to do. Now, in my hesitation of coming up here, and thankfully I did not need this at Cypress, my Ethernet crimper and stuff like that I left in my suitcase from when I came back from Connecticut. So I was getting ready to terminate some extra cables because they didn't have any cables for the joystick and the video switcher. That's when I noticed, oh man, I don't have that. So they're running to go pick something up from Lowe's Home Depot right now to do that. Also, we're going to try and drill through the brick like I was talking about. The black cable that's going all the way back, that's what we have connected to their switch right now. Also, I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I have the mental note to talk about the other part that I don't want to say right now, some information that the pastor told me. But we're going to put the camera up right here. So I'm getting ready to do the mount for that. And I think I have enough concrete screws for that. If not, I asked them to also grab some of those as well for us to mount this. If I can't do that, we'll at least focus on putting this one up here. But I'm gonna take the mounts and start marking the placements for where they're gonna go. And then after that, go into the closet on the other side and try and make a pilot hole to see, are we in the right vicinity? And then if so, drill the rest of that through, relocate the black cable in the ceiling into that closet, and then run it through the hole we just made, and then that'll be its permanent position. But let's get up here, mark where the mount's gonna go, and then if I have some, because I have all of my tool bags, the bigger one is in the car, I haven't taken that one out. Maybe I have some anchors on there and we can drill into this and get this one hung. And go from there. And I did play on the organ a little bit. Yay. They said they have a problem with their subwoofer, so might look into that if we have enough time. We got one up. Probably gonna refocus to the one that's gonna go in the back. My concern is the air conditioning, because it is gonna shake. Maybe we can stabilize it some way to go there, but let's go to number 2. Alrighty, we got through here, so I got a cable on the other side. The intention would probably be to put a box on that side and maybe even a box here. That way it'll just be a jack so that the cable that I have originally can go in the ceiling, just plug directly in, and then a similar thing can be for the switch that's gonna be living up here. But probably gotta go get a box, and I don't have my stuff to terminate anything, so at least the cable is ran through. I didn't want to run this other cable because I think it would have broken off, and if it did, I'd have nothing to terminate it. But we got it through. Now let's focus on the camera on the back. All right, we're making good progress. Finished running the cable and mounting all the cameras. Ran the cable for the back one over to the media area. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna head over here to Home Depot and see if I can find something to do some contingency plans to get everything else set up so that I don't have to come back and get them all sorted out and straight. So let's head to the store. Alrighty, we were able to drill through. We got a plate on this side, another plate on the other side, and they're gonna run this cable in the ceiling to get back into the pastor's office, but I don't have to worry about that. We got that here. Now let's terminate the other side, connect everything up, and we're gonna put another plate on the side of the armoire so all the cameras can plug into that. And here was the other side of that jack that we will run and put in a plate on the side here, and then we'll drill a hole up so all the cables will run up through here, so everything will be connected here. All right, folks, I'm gonna show you what we got so far, and I'm gonna leave some stuff for them to do because I gotta get on the road, but let me show you what we got so far. So that this can be closed up and locked down, we put a jack on the wall so that the cameras and the HDMIs can be connected there. The internet is there. So if need be, it can be disconnected and the cables will sit here. All the extra, they're gonna get another 2 more HDMIs that will drop down into here and connect onto the couplers on that other side. So that's good to go. As you can see, we got all 3 cameras. We got the joystick set up with preview that can go to each one and can control each one. So we can see all the sides, and we got control and we can see it from both places. We got the audio set up to go in here. Now the Osee GoStream does need to do a firmware update, so I was telling them about that. Also getting a micro SD card so that you can load the profiles to stream, kind of like we did when we reviewed this. So that will be fine. We tested the audio. Audio is coming through because it's routed onto aux 1 and 2 buses. So that's split and that goes here. So yay. From this side, excuse me, sirs. This is the stuff that I'm leaving for them. we screwed into the mortar so that the idea is those cables are tacked down, they're gonna come here, they're gonna come straight across here, meet up with them, and then they can be zip tied to down here, and then the rest of them can run that way. Those cables are fine, we've already done those. And I think that is mainly it. Just like other churches, they're not going to do anything tomorrow pending the weather. That's why I want to hurry up and get on the road. But again, St. Stephen Lutheran Church, thank you so much for reaching out. Link is going to be down below to everything that they used. They went ahead and purchased all of that, so I just came and installed it. So I'll have a link to everything that they got. It was the AVCAN's E20s, the GoStream, and then just a bunch of cables and stuff like that. That was mainly it. But if you ever need any help, know you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations. And we do Zoom, phone calls, Zoom, Google Meet, on-sites, all that other fun stuff. Because, I mean, we've been at 5 different states for the last 5 days. So, obviously, we travel. So I think that's about it. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.